G'day and welcome to this week's video. We're just going to cover off on some of the quick superannuation changes. Now I'm not going to go into depth into each separate one. What I might do there is look at some of the proposed changes in detail, just in some separate videos. It covers off each particular point, so concessional contributions, non-concessional, the balance transfer cap. So I'll look at those in isolation, otherwise the video will get even more boring than it possibly already is. So what I'll just cover off is the overall superannuation system. While I find it extremely annoying that the government keep tinkering with it, we do know that the government is a bit of a financial hole. There is obviously there is cash flow problems, and they're looking to superannuation as a means to fix that. So that's disappointing that they're not providing us security and certainty around our retirement assets. But the point I want to make here is that although we've got changes to the amount we can put in as a non-concessional contribution, there's the proposed $500,000 lifetime cap, which has now been scrapped. Thank you very much. So all these changes is a lot of noise, and it's a lot of negative noise. But the thing I want to make sure that people understand is that the fundamental reason for going into superannuation, and that's for tax purposes, to bring your save tax on your retirement assets, is still extremely attractive. And at the end of the day, when we've got marginal tax rates that at 34% with Medicare, 39, and then up to 37, and I think these figures can go up a little bit depending on your income. These are your marginal tax rates. So if you're making money and you're paying these sort of tax rates, and you make a salary sacrifice into your superannuation, you're only paying 15%. So this is essentially not changed. For those higher income earners over 300,000, there can be an additional 15%. That $300,000 could potentially come down to $250,000, subject to legislation as well. That's part of the new proposals that I'll mention. But obviously the differences here are substantial and shouldn't be ignored. So while superannuation and the legislation and our politicians are, there's a lot of negative noise, the fundamental reasons to use superannuation have not changed. On top of that, this is part that has changed, and we've known that once you're over 60, any income pension you receive from your superannuation fund is going to be tax-free, lump sum or regular pension. Now and that's been the case moving forward, but the income that it receives as well for supporting that pension is tax-free as well. Now that could potentially change. That'll be in one of the videos. But once you're retired, you can have up to 1.6 mil each in superannuation. The income that the fund receives is tax-free. The pension it pays the investor, the superannuation pensioner, is tax-free as well. So the two key fundamentals are still extremely attractive. Don't get obviously understand the law changes to make sure we stay within the rules, but don't let that stop you investing into what is a fantastic system, a tax system. To think that you could still have $1.6 million in superannuation tax-free to you and tax-free within the fund is still very attractive. And the differences between these figures and that on a yearly basis is fantastic. So don't let all the noise get you off path, and focus on what is the key ticket items, and that's these two amounts here. Thank you for listening, and I'll follow up with more specific videos on each area that I think is worth commenting on regarding the proposed changes. They are only proposed, they're not legislated as yet. So thanks for listening. Give us a thumbs up if you like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next week.